What's up, everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. And a lot of people always asking me about the violence and shit that's going on in Chicago. I guess they know I'm a street reporter. I've been documenting the culture for a while now. So they be asking me, what's some of the wildest shit you done seen? I guess they be expecting me to tell them I seen the rapper get caught lacking, or I seen the big ass fight or some shit like that. I'm pretty sure we all done seen that. The internet didn't desensitize everybody. What I want to tell you though is something that I noticed while I was doing the drill coach is that it was a lot of crazy shit going on in the 60s. It was almost like the devil was walking through that motherfucker. And what I mean by that is not the 60s as far as in the 60s. I mean as far as the south side of Chicago in the numbers. In the 60s, I noticed that it was a lot of deaths and killings going on, and most of it involved the drill culture. Now, I'm not saying that the drill invented the killings, because the killings been going on. I think the drill culture started rapping about it. I don't think these guys intended to be big-time rappers. I think they was just rapping in their community, disrespecting the ops. Somebody seen the shit on YouTube, and it just blew up. And it is what it is. That's the reason why I don't see no drill rapper taking this shit serious. Yeah, we can say Lil Durk, but he kind of a little more melodic. He put a little more structure to his melodies, kind of like a singing drill. But as far as I come around, then I shoot him down, then I grab a pound, those kind of rappers, I seen none get successful. I mean, we seen Chief Keef get to a level, but it kind of dropped off. I don't know if it's his fault, because when he started rapping, we really didn't miss him, because everybody sounded like him. Everybody got to shaking their dreads and falling down. Your homie pick you up. We didn't have a chance to miss Keef. But what I noticed in those 60s was the gang wars, the killings. Every block out there had some shit named after it. I went on 65th. That shit was probably known as John World. Or you go here, Cato World. You go here, Jarrow City. You go here, it's this name, this O Block, this Lemron. I got to noticing like, damn, and I got intrigued by that shit. So the more I did my research, I looked like in the beginning, like in the 60s, where you got like King Drive, what they call Steve Drive. That's what 600 at. We know about 600 Breezy and shit like that. They was buzzing early in the drill culture. So when I got to listening to their raps and looking at their community, I didn't just see that. When I was looking at them, I looked over their shoulders and I seen deaths, murders, killings. I noticed a young guy by the name of Baldy lost his life. I noticed a young guy by the name of Steve lost his life. To commemorate him, they renamed the community Steve Drive. I believe that's Memo 600, brother. I seen L.A. Capone, who had a chance to blow up, lose his life coming out of a studio. I seen the guy by the name of Lil Boo lose his life and Stello lose their life. They both was in 600 Breezy video. I seen them be in the video, and then a little while later, they end up losing their life. I go down just one block. One block. When I looked at the 60, 61, 62nd, I said, damn, that shit crazy. When I went down a block down, I looked at 63rd. I noticed a guy by the name of Duck. He lose his life. Brick lose his life. Kobe lose his life. TB lose his life. Poppy lose his life. Can't Get Right lose his life. K.I. lose her life. Boss Trail lose his life. I go down a couple more blocks to O Block. A person by the name of HK lose his life. T-Roy lose his life. King Von lose his life. J Money lose his life. O.D. Perry lose his life. Keela lost her life. Now, I'm not sure if she died because of violence, but the ops diss her, so we going to put her in there. And then a guy by the name of Sherrod. I done heard Lil Durk scream his name out a lot of time in songs. Then I did the math. I counted. And those just the people that I seen. It's other guys I didn't even name as rappers that you guys know. And then the people who ain't even dropped songs who just died in the community. But I just named you about 30, 40 people right there. I noticed that it was similarities. Everybody that I named in these in this blog that I just did, besides Keita, everybody had internet beefs. Everybody was in rap songs dissing other people. Everybody was known from the internet. I believe the internet targeted a lot of these guys too. Don't get me wrong. I believe people knew who they was in the neighborhoods doing their own things. They were doing bad before the internet popped off. But I do believe that the internet showed all the ops how they looked. Then I got to digging a little bit deeper. I noticed all these guys live in these impoverished communities. Most of them didn't have their fathers. And most of them didn't have a job. And most of them were young. And most of them didn't have a lot of money. which means these guys were internet stars, millions of views on YouTube, thousands of followers on these social medias, but they were still sitting on porches, still in regular communities because they didn't have Ferraris and mansions and shit. It made it easy to get picked off. And that's what I noticed by looking at that drill culture. So if you ask me what's some of the craziest shit I ever noticed in the drill culture, I'm going to say how the 60s got wiped out. And we ain't even went to like 05 when Young Money, went down to the 80s, or even went to the low end. You know, I'm just telling you about the 60s. I noticed that all these young brothers died. And the crazy part is I can type in on the internet and see every last one of these people in rap videos that's dissing other enemies. So if you guys don't learn from that, I don't really know what to say. But that's all I wanted to tell you today. Remember, I don't need no donations. It's cold outside. You might got to go get the hot chocolates with the marshmallows and shit. I don't need you to do nothing for me. All I'm asking you to do is hit the like button. When you do that, it make my videos grow and a lot of people be able to see them. I appreciate the love. It's the homie Truth Teller. Bleh, bleh, bleh.